Good evening, my dear people of Odua. Wherever you are, good evening, good morning, good afternoon, depending on where you are at this present time. Ẹ̀yin ọmọ Yorùbá nílé lóko mo kí yín o, Olúwa Ọlọ́run yóò dúró sí gbogbo wa o. Oòduà á gbè wá o, Oòduà á gbè wá o, Oòduà á gbè wá kò ní gbé ọ̀dà. Ẹ̀yin ènìyàn mi, I have one or two things to say or to tell you about the issue of ethnicity. The issue of ethnicity, I want to say categorically that it is not an issue. Ethnicity has always been there, and nothing is going to change it. It's going to be there forever. We are the ones to change our ways, and that's exactly what we are trying to do now. Ethnicity has always been there, and it will remain there. Ethnicity kì í ṣe problem rárá. Àwa la make it look like problem. Àwọn colonial masters wa ló make wa look sí rí bí gẹ́gẹ́ bí ìṣòro ńlá that like an obstacle that we cannot overcome. It is so easy. It is very, very easy, ladies and gentlemen, wherever you are. It is very easy to overcome the issue of ethnicity. It is not a problem. It's a God-given thing. It's God who created us. God who created you and I, who created the black and the white, who created the Asians, who created us differently, knows what we do. It's a perfect God. There is nothing that we are going to, it's not negotiable. God is a perfect God. God never makes mistake. God did not make mistake by creating us the way we are. He made us to be or to belong to a certain ethnic group and wanting us to live together in peace, in happiness, in understanding of of everything that we do. But we want to force this issue. We want to force the issue. We want to force ethnicity to we want to unite ethnicity by force. It is not possible. You can't unite people by force. You can only give them their own time, their own place, their own freedom to be able to live together. You cannot force Hausa to live with Fulani. You cannot force Fulani to live with Yoruba. You cannot force Yoruba to live with Fulani. You cannot force Fulani to live with Igbo. We can never agree. This is a basic thing. It is God who created this thing this way. He knows what he's doing. God never make no mistake. Ọlọ́run ò ṣe mistake rárá láti dá wa ní Yorùbá ká gbọ́ èdè ara wa ká jọ gbé pọ̀ kínú wa kó dùn ká yọ̀ kó kú ká lè ṣe nǹkan papọ̀ ká lè gbọ́ra wa yé. Àwọn colonial masters wa wá decide wọ́n ti mọ̀ pé yes àwọn ará bí wọn ò gbọdọ̀ settle. The only thing tí a láti ṣe ni kí a máa make sure pé wọ́n settle ní pé ká pa wọ́n pọ̀ by force. Forced amalgamation. It was by force and it was forced. And it was like it wasn't there was no genuine intention. There was no genuine intention whatsoever. There was no genuine intention. We live among the white people in their own country, accepted that this is their own country. We are only visitors or whatever we can call ourselves in foreign land. We know we do not belong there. They know these people do not belong here. So they govern themselves. We don't question them. They live their life. We don't question them because we know we belong to a different ethnic group. Wherever we are coming from, we are different people. In Africa, our masters, our colonial masters, decided to put the issue of ethnicity look like No, you have to be together. No, you have to, by force, they use some system to bring us together. They knew what they were doing because they know that these people will never live in peace. But in their own countries, they don't live like that. In their own countries, they do not live like that. Take, for example, Britain. Britain can be one country, but unification, or I mean, a combination of about four countries in one, but they allow each and every ethnic group to be to live their life the way they want their life to be, the way they want. They allow them to manage their own resources. They allow them to manage their own lives, and they are free to leave whenever they feel they are no longer comfortable. It's so simple. United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland. Northern Ireland, they are Irish, Northern Irish people. Wales speaks Welsh. Scots speaks Scottish. English speaks English. These are four different ethnic groups. They have their own government. They have their own life to live. They manage their resources. They are living in peace because there is nobody who wants to be under another man's, how do I put it? Who want to be under their own, the other people. We want to be on our own. The Yorubas want to be on their own. Assuming Nigeria was like that, like in the United States, assuming Nigeria was like the United States, they were not forced in any way. There was no cheating of any kind. People were all these states were managing their own resources. Like California is one of the biggest economy in the world, not in America, in the world. They are saying one of the biggest economy. That is California. Not anything to do with the United States of America. In some parts of the United States of America, they have death penalty. In some states, they don't have death penalty. So this is to show that they are autonomous. They have their own government. They don't want to. They don't even care about whoever becomes the president of America or what. It's like very ceremonial. They have their own freedom to live their lives. They have their own freedom to manage their resources. They have their own life to design the way they want to live their lives. How come in Africa we have preached, oh, ethnicity is bad? You cannot change what God has made. It is God's creation. Ethnicity is God's creation. There is no way we are different people. Yorubas are different from the Hausas. Hausas are different from the Igbos. Igbos are different from the Fulanis. We are different people, for goodness sake. In Euro continent, they have so many ethnic groups. They couldn't live together. They knew they were not going to manage to live together. They were on their own. They live on their own. You can see countries in Europe, they are less than 5 million population without any problem. And nobody wants to care. Nobody criticizes them. Nobody says, no, this cannot work. Nobody says, no, this cannot happen. Why? What about Yoruba here? At least close to 70 million people. 70 million people. I repeat, Yorubas all over the world. About 70 million people. Then how can some other ethnic group want to rule over us and making sure and saying that no, you can't live. We have to continue to live together. How? Where can this happen? If not a shithole like Nigeria, if not a location 19 like Nigeria. It is really crazy. And especially, this is peculiar of other African countries. There's one country I respect so much in Africa. It's Tanzania. Tanzania is one nation, one language. We speak Swahili. Everyone. There's no ethnicity. Oh, this one belongs to this ethnic group, this one belongs to this ethnic group. Yes, they could be there, but they are just, it's like among the Yorubas, we also have different, languages and dialects. That is the way it is. In Tanzania, there is no problem of ethnicity. Not because they decided to be united. No, God created them that way. You cannot change what God has made. What God has made, you cannot change it. Why are we trying to you know to mend what God has made? Why are we trying to mend what God already has made? Who are we to do so? It's creating problems. For us to live in peace in a country like Nigeria and maybe other African countries, we need to part our ways and live in peace and be friends to one another. We can visit each other. We can leave. We can migrate. Migration is allowed. Yes, we can migrate, but you are called immigrants. You are not regarded as part of them. You are just an immigrant. So we can migrate to other African countries or anywhere and live there. Yes, we are only migrating, but we are not changing what God has made. Why are we trying to alter the work of God by making sure that no, you Fulanis, Hausas, Igbos, and Yoruba, you can live together by force? No, we cannot live together. There is no way we can live together. We are not compatible in anything that we do. We are not compatible. There is no, we are not compatible. In our religions, we are not compatible. In our cultures, we are not compatible. In everything that we do, we are not compatible. Language, we are not compatible. For goodness sake. For goodness sake. Languages, we are not compatible. We don't understand one another. Here in Canada, Quebec speaks French. Quebec is ready to go. They are waiting. They are working hard to leave. No bloodshed, no fighting, no criticism. Nobody talk anything ill about that. Everything is being done on the round table. Referendum was held. They did not make it, and they continue to to work hard for it. It's so simple. In our own countries that we call our own countries, in our own shit holes, we keep fighting ourselves because some people want to leave. Why wouldn't they allow? Why wouldn't they leave if they are no longer comfortable? For goodness sake, Nigeria was amalgamated in 1914, and the agreement was signed for 100 years, which expired 2014. We do not have legislators to legislate to say now what do we do? Where do we go from here? This contract has expired. We need either now to sit on the round table conference and now discuss on the modality of what we are going to do. Are we going to renew this contract? Are we going to part ways? It is the choice of the people. Absolutely the choice of the people. It is not a crime to ask for freedom for God's sake. It is not a crime to want to have your own, to want to have self-determination. It is not a crime. Why Africans have made it to be like a crime is what I don't know. I still feel baffled for a country that people call themselves educated can see agitation for self-determination as a crime. What sort of nonsense? Innocent people are killed because of, you know, asking for their own freedom. This is absolutely not acceptable. In the world that we live in today, it is not acceptable. It isn't acceptable. Everyone is free to determine where they belong. Take, for example, in Nigeria, every time, oh, the election is going to come up, this people from this part of the Nigeria want to be there. I mean, that will not happen. When if we are in our own different countries, it will not happen. Even if it happens, it's only simply going to be competitive. That is all. But now, look at it today. Some ethnic groups in Nigeria want to hold on to power, want to, and if only if even they had held on to this power and doing the right thing, that would have been a different different thing altogether. But just imagine Mr. A is producing $1 million every day, while Mr. B is producing not even producing $100 every day. Now $100 that Mr. B is producing and the generating and the $1 million the Mr. A is generating, you bring it together and now share it. At the end of the day, even the one who is generating $100 will earn more, we get more share. How? Where on earth can that happen? This is exactly what is happening in that location. Everything is all the positions in the government is for one ethnic group. How would the other ethnic group be happy? And then you slap me, you tell me not to cry. You beat me, you said I should shut up. How? We're not going to shut up forever. The time has come. And that is why the agitation today. Everything is completely in disarray. No law, no nothing, no security, no nothing at all. Completely, there is nothing. People are being killed. We are being killed. We Christians are being killed. Religion matter. I mean, religion. God is not interested in religion. You cannot fight for God. There's some set of people are fighting. You must be belong to this religion. Why? Ẹ̀yin ọmọ Odùduwà, ẹ jẹ́ kí a wá ronú. Ẹ jẹ́ ká ronú. Wọ́n ní Yorùbá ronú. Yorùbá kọ̀ ẹ̀ náà ronú. Wọ́n pa àwọn èèyàn wa, àwọn ìyàwó wa, àwọn ọmọ wa, àwọn ọgbẹ́ bàbá wa, àwọn ìyá wa. Wọ́n pa wọ́n bí ẹran, wọ́n rape wọn, wọ́n kidnap wọn, wọ́n ṣe everything. Àwọn kan dẹ̀ wà ńbẹ̀ gẹ́gẹ́ bí leader Yorùbá tí wọ́n lè sọ̀rọ̀. Wọn ò rí i pé kò yẹ kó rí bẹ́ẹ̀. Ṣé ó dìgbà tó bá pa wá tán? Ṣé ó dìgbà tí wọ́n bá pa wá tán? There is completely everything is upside down. Ẹni tó bá lè sọ pé nǹkan tó ń ṣe yóò dáa, wàhálà ni. They are full of kinní kan, wọ́n wà tribalistic ni, wọ́n wà. No! No, no. Let us not, let us think very well. And this message is not only for Nigerians or any other part, for other parts of Africa. Where they sing the song of praise, I mean, ethnicity, ethnicity. Ethnicity is not a problem. We made it to the problem. Our colonial masters made it to look like a problem. Oh, this is, there is no way you will not like, I mean, when I meet people, I speak to them in their language, they are very happy. They are very happy. When I went to a shop, an Asian shop, to buy something, and to the glory of God, I speak Hindi, which is Indian language. I can speak to anybody from India, from Pakistan, from all this Southeast Asia, from Bangladesh, and the rest of them. Can you believe that when I get to buy things in their shop and I speak to them in their language, they give me even discount in whatever price. It shows that when you and somebody can understand one another, life becomes easier, life becomes more comfortable. They are very comfortable with me. Where I work with Asians, Indians, and the rest of them. They are very comfortable with me because I speak their language. So, language is very, very important. Quebec speaks French. They are not comfortable with English. It is very normal. They are not killing each other. Africans will have to kill ourselves. Because, oh, we want to go, we want to be on our own. No, you can't be on your own. You must stay here. How can that be? How can that be? It is it's a fundamental human right for everyone right to be able to determine where they belong. It is so simple. This is an awareness we need to create. Our people don't see ethnicity as a problem. We made it to be problem now. Our masters made it to look like they know that it's going to bring problem, and they decided that this will have to take it, and they will never be at peace. If they don't want us to be at peace, why can't we think ourselves that we want to be at peace? If we are now agitating that we want to create a republic, we are tired of being in this location now because of all these ills that is happening. We want to be on our own. What's wrong with that? Where is the problem? Where have we gone wrong? If we have decided that we want to be on our own, All we need to do, all the government need to do, is to sit on the right conference and have a discussion. And then we continue to negotiate on what to do. Even the government in that country, there is no government. Because even the government in the country, look at what happened in Canada. The people in the people want the Tibetans to remain in Canada. They talk to them. They have to educate them. Why the other people who want to live have to educate the people too? This is the pros and cons of living together. This is the pros and cons of living apart. This is the advantages. At the end of the day, the referendum was called. The ones who want to remain in Canada, I mean, who want to part away from Canada, did not succeed by way of, again, they didn't win the referendum. There was no problem. Except returning again for another referendum. It happened in the United Kingdom. Scotland did a referendum and they did not make it. And they still continue to press for it. Nobody is killing anybody. Nobody is, no government is terrorizing agitators. It is not by way of war. If any government will have brain, what is happening in Nigeria today, because you know that the majority of these people are fed up and they want to fight. And how do we do it peacefully? We are not thinking about that. They are just saying, oh, why should it be like that? Why should it be like that? You have to go and arrest everybody that can be arrested. All their leaders have to be arrested. Those we have to threaten them by killing them. This is wrong. This is very wrong. This is absolutely very wrong. One day, the Biafrans decided to seek home. What a protest. A peaceful one. Simple life and high thinking. Mahatma Gandhi's philosophy of non-violence. They stayed in the house. Nobody went out. The whole of that region was paralyzed for one day, full day. Millions. Any government that has got brain, we know that this man Kanu that is arrested is not doing this for himself. He's doing it for the whole of these millions of people. Do you want to arrest millions of people? You cannot arrest those millions of people, and if you can kill this one person, the message will remain and it will come to pass. So why do we have to die before we realize what we want to realize? It happened in South Sudan. Not until over 2 million people were killed. Why are Africans behaving like animals? Even animals are more organized. It's high time we tell our colonial matters well. If our people are brave, they want to do it. Let's set up a referendum. If majority says yes, that is okay. If majority say no, then we still continue to forge ahead and continue to, to try again some other time. It's a very simple thing. We don't need to die to part ways. We don't need to be killed to part ways. We don't need to fight ourselves to part ways. No, we don't need to do that. We need to do it in a civilized fashion and part ways peacefully. We are agitating to part ways peacefully. And the Yorubas, who have never been violent. Even the Biafrans who were proscribed as terrorist group, they're not terrorist group. The whole world knows they're not terrorist group. They are simply defending themselves from the hands of the oppressors, from the people killing them. How can you be killing us and you want us to keep quiet and fold our arms? The Biafrans never killed anybody. They were pushed to the wall by the oppressors who called themselves government, sending Boko Haram to their homes to go and kill them. Repentant Boko Haram. Where have they repented from? They repented, you give them millions, they repented, you put them in Nigeria army, give them uniforms and ammunition to go and kill the Biafrans, to go and kill the Oduduwa people. So now you call them the terrorists. Who is a terrorist? My dear people of Odo, we need to work hard. We need to start to continue, or we need to continue to educate our people that we have to leave this location. We do not belong here. We want to be on our own. We want to be able to manage our resources. We speak the same language, you have the same culture, the same food, the same everything. It's easier for us to live together. It's difficult for us to live with people we can't understand. We do not have one single language in Nigeria. No, not even one. We don't. We only speak English to understand ourselves. English is not our language. We all don't speak that English. We all don't speak English. So, how do we understand ourselves? How then do we live together? We are different people. Even the map of that Nigeria, when you look at the map of Nigeria, is completely, God has already divided the country. Completely divided. Clearly divided. And in other way, the people we are divided too. In religion, we are divided. In every culture, we are divided. We are divided. So we cannot be united. There is nothing we can. There is no force that can unite us. If I'm with you, a Fulani man right here, and he's talking bad about me, planning how to kill me, I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know because I can't understand him. He can't understand me too if I'm doing the same thing. So why are we to live together by force? This is not acceptable. Enough, I mean, enough is enough. Ó tó gẹ́ ọmọ Yorùbá ilé yá. Àti ṣìnà ọjọ́ ti pẹ́ Ọlọ́run kó fọ̀nà hàn wá ni. Àwa ọmọ Yorùbá, àwa ènìyàn dúdú, àwa kọ gbogbo ohun tó dára ti wa àkọ́ sílẹ̀ lónìí. Today, we are now seeing the disadvantage. Because of religion, we neglected many things in our culture. Culture, cultures are different from religion. This is the problem that we have. This is the problem Tani Tower. Irrespective of our education, the level of education, we are bloody educated illiterates. We neglected our culture. Whoever neglects his culture is uncivilized. Whoever embraces his own culture and continues to live in that spell of his culture is an educated man, not somebody who knows how to speak English. I regret. Do not regret how to know how to speak English. Yeah, that's okay. You can speak a second language, but when you were in school, it was made a compulsory thing that you must not speak your own language. Our own language was called the vernacular. If you speak vernacular, you are beaten in the class. Oh my God. Have we forgotten? Japan do not speak English. They manufacture all the electronics and the motor vehicles and all that we are seeing all over the world. Their countries are well developed. They do not speak English. They do not speak French. How come that we in Africa we divided ourselves, we sold ourselves to slavery, and we will remain enslaved forever? Oh, China do not speak English. Economic power of the world today, they don't speak English, they speak French. Germans don't speak English, they don't speak French. So, what are we talking about here? That our language is vernacular, you must not speak. If you don't know how to speak your own language, you are completely illiterate. If you speak English, you are not educated. Does not mean you are educated. No, it doesn't really mean that you're educated. I've lived in India for so many years. In India, India did not forget about their culture. Despite that, in India you have the option of learning in English or in Hindi. This is their national language. You have the option called English medium or Hindi medium. If you want to learn in Hindi, it's up to you. If you want to learn in English, it's your choice. So it was open. Nobody's going to tell you you're speaking vernacular. It's not allowed in the school or in the college or anywhere. No, there was nothing like that. India embraces the technological know-how they got from Britain, and they know it now much better than them. They are much better than the British when it comes to all. They are very brilliant people, but their culture remains they never change. Their language, they don't joke with it. Their religion, they don't joke with it. Their culture, they don't joke with their culture. We Africans, especially we Nigerians, I'm talking now about the Yorubas, we neglected all ours completely. Ours are bad. So you want to tell me that God, who created you there, where you are today, who created you as a Yoruba man, Who created you to be able to speak Yoruba language? Who created those cultures? You want to tell me the God does not know what he's doing? You can't convince me. You can't tell me that. God knows that is good for you. Culture is different from religion. More also, God is not interested in your religion. He's interested in your heart, not your religion, not your religion. At the end of the day, look at where he found himself. Everything that the white man does is good, but the one that we black men do, we blacks reject them, and we are the black people. We reject black men. Can you see? Even coming to marriage, you want know what to do? We call it traditional wedding and white wedding. Call it traditional wedding and white wedding. What is the meaning of that? Anything that is good, that is good is the white people. We neglected everything, even our wears, our clothes, and everything. We are now looking for Gucci, Versace, what what do you put it? Designer from other parts of the world. Why can't we design our own? We have our own way of dressing. Why can't we make them design our way? Let the white people come and buy from us too. We're not doing that. We neglect all those medicines that we, our herbalists, traditional healers, they're herbalists and they're called traditional healers. In India, in India, I'll call you back in a minute. In India, they have herbal medicine. They call it homeopathic medicine. They have homeopathic doctors in India who specializes in all these herbal medicine. The herbal medicines are very good. God created all these things for you and I to use. The plants, the trees, everything in the forest, everything, the animals, everything was made by God for the for, for human uh, consumption in many ways. The medicines that we buy from Europe or America that are made, are they not made from these things? Where do they come from? They are made from all the plants that we have. We get those plants by ourselves, we know, and then we use them, and we are okay. Our forefathers used to die at the age of 100 and something years. They've never been injected, they've never taken a paracetamol or Panadol. They never took those things. They were taking those traditional medicine, and they were very strong. They used to marry 4, 5, 6 wives, and they were very strong enough to look after their wives, to do everything, to farm, to produce, to do everything. But today we neglected them completely because oh they are black. Black things. So I don't touch black things. I don't do black things because I'm a Christian. What how does that one affect you? Does that one make you not to worship God? We call them babalawo babalawo. What do you mean by kini tumo babalawo ejo? The meaning is simply a traditional doctor. Ha ẹ mọ dàmá yẹn lóhùn o ó máa ń lọ sílé bàbá yẹmí wò kí ni ìtumọ̀ bàbá yẹmí wò ẹ̀yin ọmọ Yorùbá bàbá yẹmí wò. You go to a traditional healer when you are sick, he knows what he's going to give you and you'll be okay. Ṣé Ọlọ́run á bínú sí? Ọlọ́run ò lè bínú sí torí pé he is using traditional medicine to heal people. He is a traditional healer, he is a doctor. Bàbá yẹmí wò bàbá yẹmí wò simply means in a simple English interpretation medical check-up. Could be better. It's a check-up. You check yourself up. Go to your medical doctor to check you up. Even in Christendom, you go to the prophet. Oh, please pray for me. And I want you to. You see vision for people. You go and meet a prophet. That is real here. That is sure enough. But we left all our own. In those days, let me tell you, in our own place, in those days, tí ejò bá bu ọmọ kan jẹ àgbógbó ejò bá bù yàn jẹ bàbá alágbájá ìjọ ejò tí gbọ́n ní bá jẹ he knows the next leaf in the bush to quickly pick and then prepare it and put it there, that person is healed without having to need to be taken to hospital. Today, in our villages, in our homes, in these places where we come from, where there are no hospitals, even when there are hospitals, they don't have a paracetamol there. How do you think somebody who has been who had a snake bite, before you rush that person all the way from the place to the hospital, is already gone? But those healers who knows they immediately they will get those herbs, they get those leaves, and that person is healed. We neglected them. And pè ní pé nǹkan dúdú ni. You have fever, o mọ̀ pé tó bá já ewé dógóyàrò tó bá sè pọ̀ mọ́lẹ̀ tó bá sè pọ̀ mọ́lẹ̀ tó bá fi léèsì tó bá dààmú tó mú, you go okay. I'm a Christian, I don't bó o bá pray dọ̀la, I'm a Christian. I am a Christian. I'm an evangelist. I preach the gospel. I preach the word of God. But let me tell you sincerely, if you don't have blood, you are sick, you need blood. If you pray, blood will not come. You must get that blood to be able to, the hospital and to be treated, and then you be healed. Let me tell you, this is why we are just deceiving ourselves. Ọlọ́run dá wa sí ọgbà Édẹ́nì according to the Bible, and all those things tó dá sílẹ̀ fún lílo ọmọ aráyé. When you use them negatively is when you have done something wrong. But when you use them positively, God will be very happy with you. There is no brain, there is no knowledge which is not from God. À ń ṣe nílẹ̀ Yorùbá, Olúwa fún wa ní ọgbọ́n ìmọ̀ àti òye. Many things la máa ń ṣe. Wọ́n lẹ́yìn kan ṣe òkìgbẹ́, wọn náà tó lókìgbẹ́. Tó bá ṣe kíní kan, tó bá ṣe aládàá, àdáhùn mìíràn. Ṣé ìwọ tó prevent ara ẹ̀ pé ẹnìkan fẹ́ ṣe aládàá kó wọ́n bá pa ẹ̀ yẹn tí ó ti ṣe Ọlọ́run ni? Ó ní aláyé ló máa sìn ọ́ o bàbá. Ṣèbí tó bá wà láyé ló máa sìn Ọlọ́run. Tẹ́nìkan bá fẹ́ pa ẹ́ tó dẹ̀ mú àdá tó dẹ̀ ṣamọ́ ẹ ní orí tí ò dẹ̀ ràn ẹ́, ṣèbí wà láyé wa dẹ̀ sì fọwọ́ máa sìn Ọlọ́run. Ṣèbí bó ṣe wà nìyẹn. Tọ́lá àwọn bá bínú sí ẹni pé kí ndé tí màá ní ò jẹ́ kí ẹnìyàn ó fi àdá ẹ̀ tó fi ṣàǹpa tó lọ ṣe òkìgbẹ́ fúnra ẹ̀. Isn't it funny? Yeah, it may sound funny. Let me tell you. Bá a ṣe ń àwọn babaláwo wa, wọ́n á ṣe oògùn fún ẹ. Nǹkan oko yìí náà ló máa lọ já ní oko, wọ́n mọ ewé tó máa já. Wọ́n mọ mẹ́nìtì tó máa pò. Wọ́n á wá sí gbẹ́rẹ́, wọ́n pè ní gbẹ́rẹ́, blade ni wọ́n á fi sí. Wọ́n á wá fi kíní yẹn, wọ́n á fi pa á wọnú ẹ̀jẹ̀ lọ. Gbẹ́rẹ́ náà ń pè. Àbí kì í ṣe gbẹ́rẹ́ náà ń pè. Máa ní olóògùn ní òun ṣe oògùn, kì í ṣe kan burúkú ló ṣe. Àìsàn tó ń ṣe, àìsàn tó ń ṣe nìyẹn, ó ti wà healed. So ṣé nǹkan burúkú ló wá ṣe? Now àwa dúró de òyìnbó kó wá fún wa lábẹ́rẹ́. Abẹ́rẹ́ tòyìnbó, nǹkan omi tó wà nínú ẹ̀yẹn ti di amọ̀bí tó ti bù. Àmọ́ nǹkan tó ń fi sínú ẹ̀, a ò tẹ̀ tó mọ̀ ọ́. Á dẹ̀ tó gbà sínú ẹ̀jẹ̀ wa, wọ́n á tún kí abẹ́rẹ́ sínú bọ́ọ̀dì wa kí omi yẹn bá lè wọnú ẹ̀ lọ. Àwa à fi blade, à fi ṣe gbẹ́rẹ́, à fi kíní oògùn yẹn, à fi pa kó bá lè wọnú ẹ̀jẹ̀ lọ. Kí ni ìyàtọ̀? Àwa kọ tiwa yẹn sílẹ̀. Àwa sọ pé òyìnbó tó ń kì sí wa lára yẹn, òun gan ló dáa jù. So ìwọ tó jẹ́ kìrìsìtẹ́nì àbí tó pera ní onígbàgbọ́, wíwá àti onígbàgbọ́ ló pọ̀ jù náà ní wa. Ìwọ tó pera ní onígbàgbọ́, so ìyẹn nìkan ni wọ́n rò pé ó dára ju eléyìí títí tọ́lọ̀ ní àfọ̀n tó fún wa ní ọpọlọ láti ṣe. It is wrong. Absolutely very wrong. A gbé gbogbo ẹ̀ síra, a fi religion àfi bá gbogbo nǹkan jẹ́. I'm a Christian to the core. I believe in God. But nǹkan gbogbo tọ́lọ́run dá, mo lè lò wọ́n. Yes. Gbogbo ohun tọ́lọ́run bá dá ní pé ká máa lò fún rere, mo lè lò wọ́n. Ẹnikẹ́ni tó bá tún ṣe bí òun ni Ọlọ́run máa bínú sí. Ṣèbí òyìnbó tó ṣe òògùn tó ń heal náà ló ṣe poison tó ń pààyàn. Àbí bẹ́ẹ̀ kọ́? Wọ́n ní àwọn èèyàn wa, àwọn babaláwo, wọ́n máa ń fi kíní yẹn ṣe wọ́n ń ṣègùn yẹn, wọ́n máa ń pààyàn, wọ́n máa ń ṣe gbá kan. Wọ́n ń pààyàn báwo? Yes, wọ́n lágbára láti heal, wọ́n lágbára láti pààyàn. Ṣùgbọ́n ẹni tó bá fi tiẹ̀ pààyàn, òun ló ṣe Ọlọ́run náà. Mo wá sọ fún wọn pé ṣèbí òyìnbó tó ṣe oògùn tó ń heal ènìyàn náà ló tún ṣe poison tó ń pààyàn. Òyìnbó tó ṣe abẹ́rẹ́ tó ń fi ń gbà fún èèyàn tó ń heal ènìyàn ló tún ṣe abẹ́rẹ́ tó máa gbà fún èèyàn tí èèyàn máa kú. Ṣèbí òyìnbó náà ló tún ṣe. So nǹkan yìí bó ṣe wà nìyẹn, àwa láti wá preach ibi tí religion ti wá nìyẹn, láti tọ́ àwọn èèyàn sọ́nà pé ẹ má ṣe ibi, ẹ ṣe the right one. Ó ti tàn, kò ju yẹn lọ. Àwa ń discriminate. àwa kọ gbogbo nǹkan tiwa sílẹ̀, gbogbo tradition kí ni wa àwa kọ gbogbo ẹ̀ sílẹ̀ pátápátá, àwa embrace ti àwọn tí a lè embrace because ẹ wo COVID-19 oògùn sí African country wo ló manufacture ti ẹ̀ kò sí, àgbùdọ̀ a lè ṣe wíwára tàbá wọnú tákẹ́ àwọn bàbá wa tó wà láyé tó ń mọ gbogbo kíní yẹn gbà yẹn tó bá sì wà láyé lẹ́yìn tó bá wọnú gbó kò sí kan tó ń jẹ́ corona, kò sí kan tó ń jẹ́ corona. Mo mọ àwọn tó jẹ́ kó wá sí gbẹ́rẹ́ sí ẹsẹ̀ tẹ́ni tó ń suffer from rheumatism fáńdẹ̀ sí gbẹ́rẹ́ sí fáńdẹ̀ fi oògùn yẹn sí tó bá dẹ̀ ṣe fún tẹ́lẹ̀ rheumatism á dẹ̀ disappear. Ẹ wá kọ̀ yẹn sílẹ̀ nítorí ẹni paracetamol tó yìnbó ṣe èkí ló fi ṣe tí ẹ yẹn ẹ ò mọ̀ torí kó ti jẹ́ ó ti wá ṣe ó ti di different colours ẹ wá ní tiwa torí kó dúdú so because of that tó bá ti dúdú yẹn nǹkan burúkú ni so that means èèyàn burúkú ni wá dẹ́ tí nǹkan burúkú tí nǹkan dúdú bá jẹ́ nǹkan tí ò dáa then àwa àti àwọn èèyàn dúdú náà we are not good aláti accept yẹn we need to accept that too. Ẹ jẹ́ ká ronú ẹ̀yin ọmọ Yorùbá a kọ gbogbo agbára tọ́lọ́run Ọlọ́run gan bínú sí wa Ọlọ́run bínú sí wa seriously àwa ò dẹ̀ mọ̀ à ń gbàdúrà lórí òkè lórí pẹ̀tẹ́lẹ̀ lábẹ́ omi that is a story for another day at the end of the day onígbàgbé ni wá àkóso onígbàgbé we are pretenders we are not nígbà tó jẹ́ pé ṣe la máa lọ ṣọ́ọ̀ṣì lẹ́yìn Sunday àárọ̀ la ó ti bẹ̀ sí ṣètò ọ̀nà ó ti bẹ̀ sí ṣètò èèyàn lọ́la ó ti bẹ̀ sí jálè àwọn èèyàn bẹ̀rẹ̀ ṣe oríṣiríṣi kan tó dára so kí ni ìgbàgbọ́ yẹn wá jà fún? So ethnicity, my dear, is not a problem. It is a God-made thing. Olúwa ló dá wa bẹ́ẹ̀ kì í ṣàwa, a ò dára wa bẹ́ẹ̀. Ẹ jẹ́ ká sọ tọ̀rọ̀ fún wa. A dára wa bẹ́ẹ̀ o. A ò dára wa bẹ́ẹ̀ rárá. Ọlọ́run ló dá wa pé ibi tá wa belong sí ibi tá báyìí ni kẹ̀sì fi ilé ayé yín. Báyìí ni kẹ̀sì fi ẹni tó ṣe máa dára. Bó ṣe máa dára lọ́lọ́run ló fi lé wa lọ́wọ́. Bí àwọn Chinese yẹn bó ṣe máa dára fún wọn náà lọ́lọ́run fi lé wọn lọ́wọ́ bá àwọn Indians ṣe tọ́nà bó ṣe máa dára fún wọn wọn ò ṣéǹjì tí wọn ò embrace tẹlòmíì àwa gba wèrè mẹ́sìn àwa gbàgbé nǹkan tiwa àwa ń sọ̀rọ̀ ethnicity kí ló ń jẹ́ ethnicity? We are supposed to live like that. We are not, it is not a must that we have to live together. Ẹ jẹ́ ká sọ̀rọ̀ fún àwọn ènìyàn wa nílé lóko ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ bá mi share fídíò yìí ẹ bá mi share fídíò ẹ bá mi share fídíò yìí ẹ bá mi like ẹ bá mi share fídíò kẹ́ jẹ́ káwọn èèyàn wa mọ̀ wípé a kàn tanra wa jẹ ni àsìkò dẹ̀ ti tó ká mọ̀ tanra wa mọ́ àwọn àríjẹ ní ìdàrú tó ń ríjẹ nínú pọ́blẹ̀mù tó dé bá ìlú Nàìjíríà lé ẹ jẹ́ tó jẹ́ ọmọ Yorùbá ẹ jẹ́ ká jáwọ́ àsìkò ti tó láti gbòmìnira ẹ jẹ́ ká wà united let's speak with one voice ẹ jẹ́ ká ẹ mọ̀ sọ pé ẹlẹ́yà gbọ́dọ̀ mẹ̀yà kò sí nǹkan tó ń jẹ́ pé ká gbàgbé ẹlẹ́yàmẹ̀yà kò sí nǹkan tó ń jẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ ẹlẹ́yàmẹ̀yà yẹn gbọ́dọ̀ wà torí Yorùbá ni wá ẹ̀yà ti wá nìyẹn à ń wà láyé ara wa Biafra wà láyé tiwọn à máa visit tiwọn à máa trade pẹ̀lú wọn wọn á máa wá ìfẹ́ á wà ṣùgbọ́n tá a bá fẹ́ jọ gbé kíkan máa ṣì ti the other one kélé máa ṣì tẹ́lẹ̀ à lè jọ gbé kò ní sí peace ẹ̀yin èèyàn wa let us be like that àsìkò ti tó ilẹ̀ ìlérí agbọ́dọ̀ débẹ̀ ṣùgbọ́n ó ní ṣùgbọ́n kí ìwọ tó lè débẹ̀ mo wí wàá ṣiṣẹ́ wàá pa òfin mọ́ wàá fẹ́ràn ọmọnìkejì rẹ bí ara rẹ ó ní bí bẹ́ẹ̀ kọ́ ara mi bí bẹ́ẹ̀ kọ́ o bí bẹ́ẹ̀ kọ́ o òun tanra rẹ jẹ ni agbọ́dọ̀ ṣiṣẹ́ yẹn ẹ má jẹ́ ká tanra wa jẹ ẹ̀yin ọmọ Yorùbá ẹ dìde ẹnikẹ́ni tó bá ní contrary ẹ̀kan ẹ put it through ẹ mọ́ bàjá a ò ní ìdìjà a ní ìdà tí bára wa jà when you have contrary opinion with me I don't care I know that is your own opinion nígbà táwọn Quebec fẹ́ kó lára Canada tó ń lọ ṣe referendum ṣe báwọn kan ló vote no ṣe báwọn kan ló vote yes so bó ṣe máa rí náà nìyẹn all we need to fight for now is a referendum for the Yoruba people to live àádẹ́ ṣe referendum 100% mo sure we will go to make it so what we need to do is to continue to educate us educating each other is not about making noise it's about just letting our people it's not about fighting each other it's not about calling each other names no it's about unity bí àwọn Biafra yẹn ti wà united we want to be like that one day kí gbogbo ọjọ́ kò sí lé the whole of Western Yoruba kingdoms everybody come and live ọlọ́pàá ò ní lẹ́ni tó máa ṣùtì nígbà tá a bá lọ sí títì wọn ò ní ṣùtì anybody tí òkè tí èèyàn bá tá a bá jáde tá a ń pariwo Oòduà kíní kan wọ́n lè wọ́n á kọ́sù wàhálà wọ́n á bẹ̀ sí shoot àwọn fúnra wọn ló kọ́sù wàhálà yẹn o wọ́n á bẹ̀ sí take out advantage yẹn wọ́n á bẹ̀ sí shoot àwọn èèyàn wa. So this time around bá àwọn Biafra ti ṣe ń gbà yẹn náà láti máa ṣe ẹ bọ̀dọ̀ àjòkó sílé ẹ̀ the whole place will be paralyzed kò sí anybody kan máa shoot ṣùgbọ́n ayé á gbọ́ ọ̀run á dẹ̀ mọ̀ pé àwọn èèyàn á bá wa dá sí kí ni wọ́n ṣe ní bí ìtìlẹ̀ fi jóná ẹ̀ máa kí ló dé if you continue to do that tí Biafra ń ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ táwọn náà ń ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ it will take a very short period of time and we will fulfil our mission. Oòduà gbè wá pẹ̀lú ògo Ọlọ́run láìpẹ́ láì jìnnà a máa délẹ̀ lérí ẹni tó bá ní ká mọ̀ délẹ̀ lérí òun là ní dé wá bá ẹni tó bá ní ká lọ ká padà ká mọ̀ padà òun la máa dé tà ní bá o ẹni tó bá sọ pé ó bá my dead body ó bá dẹ̀ my dead body àìmọye àwọn tó sọ pé ó bá their dead body wọ́n ti lọ o bóyá bòtáì ló forúkọ bóyá bàràtáì I don't know ìgbà tó ní ó bá my dead body pé ní Yorùbá kan náà stand kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀ ṣé Ọlọ́run ti mú kúrò lọ́nà gbogbo àwọn alátakò Yorùbá ọ̀nà máa mú ọkọ̀ mú kúrò lọ́nà ẹni tí ò bá ẹ̀ tí mọ̀ tó òye ààyè ṣépè fún wọn àdúrà là ń gbà fún wọn wọ́n sì máa wá come back to their senses pé lóòótọ́ mà ní gbogbo àṣeyẹ kórè ní bí òun àṣeyẹ kórè ní nǹkan tí mo fẹ́ kẹ́ mọ̀ ní ilé ìlú wa ní tèmi o ilé mi o Oòduà Republic mi o one people one love one nation Oòduà Republic now.